Welcome everyone, we'll get underway in just a couple of minutes, making sure we've got internet going, got people coming in. Hi everyone, we're at rapidexecutive.com/live. We are live in the chat already, a few people coming in. Howdy, hi from Perth, says Shane. Gavin's here already. Gavin, Francis, Paul, you guys have been around for a while. I've been chatting away. A few issues with the chat box today, trying to get you guys all to log in, but you don't have login, so apologies for that one. It's been a long day. That's good, we're good to go. We'll get underway in just a few minutes. It's going to be a great one tonight, guys. I hope you hang around. Got heaps and heaps of cool stuff to show you. Can't wait to tell you what has been going on. Luke's here as well. Shane from Perth. Good stuff. rapidexecutive.com/live, guys. If you want to come and chat with us, the presentation is there as well, along with a bunch of other stuff, cool stuff you can get into tonight. Try and get through this as quickly as possible, guys. There's quite a bit more than usual to get through, but I can't wait to show you everything that I've been up to. Some awesome stuff that you guys can implement in your own businesses. I want to show you how to get started if you haven't started, and launch something with a sale in the first 24 hours. And if you are already underway in your business, how you can do what I just did and double your business in a couple of days, which is great fun. Learned some really cool stuff lately. Got some extremely cool tools to show you as well. All right, in tonight's session, I'll come and say hello in just a couple of secs, but I'll make sure you guys are in the right place. So in this session, we are going to break down 3 business myths. 3 myths to starting and growing your own business. So the first myth is building a website is hard. Everyone these days thinks they need a website before they can start their business. Now it's kind of true, not necessarily true. If you do definitely want to do something online, you'll need a website. But a physical business can be exponentially grown by having a web presence as well. So much cool stuff you can do online these days. Definitely if you want to try and automate something and have your business run for you while you're asleep, you can't do that without some sort of web presence. But everyone keeps asking me what my #1 tool is for building websites and running my businesses, and I'm going to get into that tonight. The second myth is writing copy or copywriting or sales pages or content takes weeks. Yes, it can take a lot of time. Yes, it can cost a lot of money. But I'll show you what I mean by that as well tonight. And number 3 is marketing and traffic equals dollars. So yes, if you are Nike, yes, if you are McDonald's, yes, if you are on the good end of Google, marketing can be extremely expensive. I wouldn't say the ROI on extremely expensive marketing is quite as high as some of the ROIs that I've been getting. I'm going to show you how I've built my marketing engine and my traffic strategies for very little investment. They're all automated, all happening while I'm asleep. But stick around to the end because I want to show you how to launch your business to sales in less than 24 hours as well. I've got some pretty cool stuff. Now you might notice tonight, if you guys have been around before, I actually have gone against my biohacking self, and I'm not having my twilight on tonight. So you'll see that the whites are white and the reds are red tonight, rather than blurry kind of all the blue light taken out. I've actually left it off tonight, just as a test. It's going to be a late night for me anyway, so taking my blue light out is not really going to have much of an impact on my sleep patterns tonight. But if you guys do or don't like that, let me know. We've had a chat about that before, but I'm going to give it a test without it on tonight. All right, we're going to do a quick recap on last session as well. We were talking about the 7-day startup from Dan Norris. Dan actually has a new book out at the moment called Create or Hate. It's actually free today. Now, Amazon works on US time, so you probably have a couple of hours left to grab it on Amazon. It's called Create or Hate. It's free. You can go grab it. It's a really cool book. I've already started reading it. I don't know how I found some time today, but I read the first 3 or 4 pages today. It's very cool, really cool story to start with tonight. So go grab that from Dan Norris. It's a really cool book. But his first book was 7-Day Startup, and that's how we have built the meetup and all of this training around how to build and launch your business in less than a week. So the first session is ideation. So what is your idea? So we go around and we actually talk about your why, and really you should be starting with your why. We covered some business archetypes in the business model matrix, which I'll show you guys again quickly, and you can grab it anytime from the notes from tonight. We did a quick rapid validation as well. So 2 ninja tips to get yourself to your first sale, and also gave you a bit of an insight into what my launch is. G'day Talia. Hey Nathan. Hello Talia from South Perth. How you doing? All right. Can you really launch a business in 7 days and actually get customers? Well, my first 7-day startup. All right, let me come back to that in a second. Let me say hello to you guys. Make sure we've got our mic all hooked up. Hi. Look at these bags and these eyes today. I have had a massive weekend. Hi, I'm Nathan from Perth Rapid Startups. We meet here every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Western time. I think it might even be daylight savings these days. So coming in from over east, it's even later than usual. But if you are watching this on the replay, thanks guys. The replay will be out for a couple of days, and you can watch it anytime there as well. rapidexecutive.com/live. If you aren't on there already, you can watch this at the top, and you've got the slides will come up when I put the slides back up, and the chat box is underneath. So you can say hi to everybody. A whole bunch of people in from Perth already. I saw a few extras come in as well. Say hi, introduce yourself, where you're coming in from, and we'll have a chat in there as well. The chat box stays open for a while. We've got all sorts of Q&A we can do at the end of tonight. So why do I have bags on my eyes? So the kids are on school holidays. That's keeping me very, very, very active, definitely in the daytime. But on the weekend, I set myself up. I watched a 24-hour hackathon from the guys over at ClickFunnels, and I was so impressed. They put a course, a video course, a whole bunch of sales funnels, a whole bunch of marketing, and launched, I think, 3 businesses in 24 hours. They did like a Jack Bauer 24 style craziness. It was all over Snapchat and stuff. Anyway, they condensed it all down, totally inspired. I thought, well, I have a little bit of time when the kids go to bed, Saturday and Sunday night. I'll do a condensed 48-hour funnel challenge. So I decided to take everything that I've been building over the last couple of years and condense it all down into one, basically how to build your business in less than 24 hours with all of these things. So I did intend for the big blue button down the bottom there to come in halfway through the presentation, but we had a little bit of an issue with the screen just before we started, so I had to kind of turn off all of the funky stuff that was on there. So that has just appeared, hooray! So if you guys want to go and check out, if you right click on it and go open a new tab, you can go and check it out. You can wait till the end if you like as well. But basically I've put together everything you need to build funnels, that's sales funnels, websites, anything you would like, it's all in there. It explains it all, and it's very cool. So I'm extremely happy with that. And just to basically highlight that I built that when the kids went to bed Saturday and Sunday night, the whole lot, end to end, everything. It's all integrated, it's all automated, everything's done. You can do something like that as well. And I'm going to show you exactly how. So let me jump over and show you exactly how I built my first 7-day startup, and we'll get into some cool stuff for tonight's session. Right, and don't forget rapidexecutive.com/live, guys, if you want to have a chat with us all and let us know where you're coming in from. Now, this is a little bit nerdy. Hopefully you guys can see that is the Wayback Machine, the Internet Archive. This thing is super cool. So you can take the Internet Archive Wayback Machine, type in any website, and see basically snapshots of it from the dawn of time for that website. So you'll see that the first snapshot was taken towards the end of 2014 here, which happens to be 2 years ago. So last month, 2 years ago, I read the 7-Day Startup, and I had it chat to my wife and said, we've got this really cool bunch of products in our cupboard that we like. There is a Australian stockist of these American products, and they're not treating us very well. Their prices are exorbitant. Let's go and see if we can contact the supplier and see if we can sell it. My wife had a million questions. One of those was, well, how do we build a website, and how do we get traffic, and how do we launch, and blah, blah, blah. She said, do you think we'd get it done before Christmas? I said, well, I heard that the product is going to be on the news, a local radio station, next Friday. So how about we launch in a week? She laughed. I was dead serious. And we did. So we basically gave ourselves a deadline to be, we contacted the radio station and said, can you mention our name in here as well? And that pretty much gave us 1 week to launch our first business. So we launched, and according to the Internet Archive Wayback Machine, this monstrosity is what my very first e-commerce store looked like. It was November 2nd was the first time it took a snapshot, which is actually a month and a half in. So we've gone through a whole bunch of technical issues. But this is basically what the website looked like, and pretty much what it looked like for almost a year before I updated it. So it looks a lot different now. It is buttercoffee.com.au. It is the Australian board-proof stockists. But this is what it looked like. And believe it or not, we were getting sales. We actually got our first sale on the Friday, which was our launch day. So day one, we launched. And we followed Dan Norris's 7-day startup. So what is the 7-day startup? I'll quickly run through that again. I'm sure a bunch of you guys have heard that before. But can you start a business in 7 days? So last week we talked about ideation. So what is your idea? How do you work out whether your idea is a winner? What are the questions to ask? We also talked a little bit about business models, which we'll get into in a sec. This is available on rapidexecutive.com/live, which you guys are all hopefully sitting on at the moment as a downloadable PDF. And each of these is a clickable link, which you can read about as well. Number 2, rapid validation, or WTF, is an MVP. So is your product hot? What sort of data is there available online? How big is the pie? How much traffic? How many visits? What sort of page likes? All that sort of stuff. While I let my dog in, there we go. Can you find out information online about potential market size, potential sales of competitors and things like that? Now, my wife, which we mentioned a little bit earlier, has worked in sales and marketing most of her career, adult career, and large corporations use very expensive market data and very expensive analysts, teams of them, to come up with what do we think our competitors' sales might be based on their potential retail price. Now you can do all of that on the world's biggest store using a tool like JungleScout. So these hacks you can follow, the big guys don't even know about. Really cool stuff. Number 3, start a business and getting legal. Can you get legal in a day? Absolutely. We also talk a little bit about naming in that day 3 session, which is going to be in about 3 to 4 weeks. We'll get to this session as well. So we cover all of the really super interesting stuff, like taxation and accounting. I can't keep a straight face with that. No, I do not like that part of the business, but we also talk about naming and branding and stuff in that session as well to keep it interesting. But if you do need to start a business, if you need to incorporate, all that sort of stuff, it does sound a bit tedious. Some people get stuck on it for weeks and weeks and weeks, get stuck on patenting and all that sort of stuff. So we cover that. You can get all of that ticked off in a day. So every one of the top 25 brands in the world is 12 characters or less. So number 3 is also naming your product. Really cool site that I can't brush over without telling you guys, NAME Namecheck is a really cool place to go and see if you're struggling for a domain name, if you want to see if the domain name is available in additional dots like .com, .co, all that sort of stuff. You can really quickly check it on a page, and it also gives you usernames for all of the social profiles in one go as well. If you do want to grab them, you can go and click at them straight away. It'll take you to there, and actually you can register. I did this a few months back, was putting this in to show somebody Rapid Startup, and where I'd taken rapidstartup.io, which was the website that I had launched, funnily enough. And while I was talking, I noticed that Instagram wasn't taken, so I went in and grabbed that. All right, can you start a company in one day? You can incorporate a company, a .com.au. You can incorporate a Pty Ltd company in Australia, so that you are a limited liability company in less than 60 minutes. Really cool tool called incorporator.com.au. I've used this several times to start all of my businesses and a few of my clients' businesses as well. Really cool way to get yourself up and running. For the biggest one, I need a website. We have run these in-person sessions for the last almost 2 years now. We're coming up for 2 years. We're actually heading rapidly towards 1,400 members in our local meetup here down in Perth, which is really cool. We meet up every fortnight in person. These sessions are for everybody. They're online every Tuesday as well. But by far the biggest turnout we get, to these in-person sessions is this one, which is how to build a landing page. So everyone loves websites. We'll talk a little bit more about that tonight. So can you build a landing page with $0 and zero time, or almost zero time? Yes, you can. If you've heard of a email marketing tool called MailChimp, this is MailChimp's mascot, Freddie. rapidexecutive.com/MailChimp if you want to get a trial, 30-day trial on that one. It's actually, you can get a free account as well, which gives you up to 2,000 email signups for free. And for free, you can create a landing page just like this which is called a squeeze. You can put an email sign up on there. You can add a nice picture of yourself or your product there and some headlines and things like that. All rights reserved and stuff. You don't need a website tool. You don't need anything. You just sign up to MailChimp, change your name, put your title in, an image in, and you'll be ready to send people to this landing page and collect their email addresses. Gold. So that's the $0 version, right through to my favorite tool of all time, which we'll talk about a little bit more tonight. One tool to rule them all is ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels does everything. It does websites, it does sales funnels, it does metrics and tracking, it does webinars, it does you name it, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about that tonight. So the next one is everyone needs to be a media company. Mr. Gary Vaynerchuk, 2016 marketing, the where, the what, and the how. So day 5 is your marketing plan. We even talk a little bit about social media. Every road looks good if you don't know where you're going. So do I need to be on? And these are the kinds of things we cover, like, do I need to be on Snapchat every 5 minutes? Is everyone still on Facebook? Does anyone actually use Twitter anymore? What's all this Instagram stories, Snapchat story stuff? Is Periscope any good anymore that Facebook Live has come out? Has anyone remembered Anchor from last year? And on and on and on. Day 6 is metrics. And I added metrics and tracking. I find tracking to be just as important as the metrics these days, but then mentioned in the book one metric that matters. So what are you going to measure on your launch day to see that you are successful? What is the one thing that matters to you? And it's not Facebook likes. Because what gets measured gets managed. Thank you, Peter Drucker. So we also talk copywriting, email lists, funnels, and automation. This is day 6, probably my favorite out of all of these, and one that I have spent a lot of time on over the last couple of weeks. I find the most powerful stuff comes out of copywriting. I've done a few sessions lately on email marketing, which I'll cover a little bit tonight as well. I am all about funnels at the moment. Everything funnels and automation. If I can go to bed and wake up in the morning and there's money in the account, that is just gold. All right, and we talk about tracking. So a bit of an introduction to funnels. What is a funnel? This is a simple funnel. It looks like a funnel, kind of looks like a funnel. That's the best I could do with Google spreadsheets. So an example of a funnel would be yourself a good blog post, and you're driving cold traffic to that, so people would read a blog post and get some sort of interest out of that. Hopefully you're driving traffic that might be interested in this. That doesn't really matter if it is, because it's cold, and the idea of the funnel is they enjoyed, they sign up to email list for more. You've got something on that page to offer them something, to join your email list, and you can follow them up on an email list to make a purchase later. So therefore converting them into buyers. So that is a very simple funnel. Everyone gets tracked on Facebook. So we talk about remarketing as well in that section. It is a big section, a big beefy one, number 6. It'll be in about 8-9 weeks from now. We'll talk about that. We'll cover a little bit of it tonight as well. And the fortune is in the follow-up. So email is still the number 1 sales platform. I've proved that over and over again. I didn't want to believe it. I had a coaching mentor a year and a half ago, but a few months into running my e-commerce store, I got some coaching from Brian Harris of Video Fruit. He was outstanding as a business coach. I learned so much from him, and he pushed email onto me. I said, no, social media. I've got Facebook traffic. I've got ads. I can do all this sort of stuff. He said, how are you following these people up? How are you finding the customers that are raving fans of yours who want to order more and more and more and just need to be kept front of mind? I said, that's fine. I'm sending out a tweet, or I'm there was lots of head shakes from him. So he said, build yourself a good email list, and the rest will take care of itself. I fought that for 18 months, and a few weeks ago, I finally got around to where I thought Brian was heading me, and I doubled my business almost overnight. We've talked about that in the last couple of sessions as well. I was blown away, absolutely blown away. Now, these slides are available from the page, rapidexecutive.com/live. If you do have the ears for this, guys, this is actually a clickable link here. It's a podcast on email headlines and content. Most things with an underline on these slides that you can just grab. You don't need to give me an email or anything. Just click the button. It will give you these as a PDF. You click those and have a listen, have a read. Plenty of extra information in tonight's slides. And last but not least, day 7 in your rapid startup is launch. So we cover a bunch of launch tactics, launch tools, launch strategies as well. One of my favorite tools is thunderclap.it. It's a way of using basically Twitter virality to get some buzz around your brand. They've integrated with a bunch of social platforms. You can sign up for free, and you basically rise to the top of people's feeds really quickly at the point when you launch. Dan Norris has used this for his books. I've been an ambassador for those as well. I actually used it for my book, and there are a bunch of things. If you are looking at launching a book or something like that, you can use a bunch of these strategies like free periods and stuff to really create a bit of buzz around your book, get people interested, and get things like the reviews and stars and social proof up to actually make a real go of your launch. All right, so quick recap, as I said from last week's session, is your idea any good? But you need to start with your why. So why are you doing this? Why are you going into business? Why do you want to start something new, to go through the pangs of pains and late nights and suffering that come with starting your own thing? For me, I find that if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. A couple of weeks ago, I ran an event in Sydney. It was 5,000 people at the event, and we were serving them coffee for 4 days, which was extremely hard work, very long days. One of the days we got in to serve the staff there, the ravenous staff, their coffee at 7 in the morning, and we didn't actually hit the pillow until 3 a.m. the next morning. And we had to be back the next morning at 7 a.m. again. So, and I loved every minute of it. I had such a great time. And as I said, do what you love and you'll actually never work a day in your life. I contrast that with, I think back a couple of years ago when I had a 9 to 5 and I could rock up at 10 in the morning and say I had something on in the morning, something late with my kids, and I was dreading 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I certainly didn't love what I was doing there. I'm sure you guys can feel the same if that resonates with you as well. All right, so what is the 7-day startup and how does it work? So does it work? So as I said, there are the 7 days again: ideation, MVP, naming a thing, building a site, marketing, metrics, and launching. So what have I launched as part of my 7-day startups? I launched, as I said, buttercoffee.com.au. I replicated that after it was successful straight out of the gate with another hot topic or hot product called matcha green tea at greenmatcha.com.au. I then launched my own email course on the back of helping one of our team members, actually one of our meetup members, who asked me if they could get my help in building a email course or an online course to help one of her clients. She thought it would take months and cost thousands of dollars, and I did a 7-day startup for her and basically handed it out. I gave it to her for free, but I thought I could put it up and sell it to others as well. So that was rapidemailcourse.com. I then wrote a book called Using Slack. I launched that in 7 days as well. Slack being a messaging app, one of my favorites. I'm actually doing some helping an education startup at the moment as part of my consulting and my coaching, and they love Slack. So I was able to share that with them as well. And it goes on and on and on. I've also got an Amazon brand up and I'm selling products on Amazon. So I'm getting them manufactured in China, moving them over to the US, and a whole bunch more. You guys, if you've been on the last couple of sessions, you would have seen a bunch of those that I've run recently as well. So I'm constantly in the 7-day startup mode. All right, so as I said, we talked about day 1, we checklisted our idea. So you can see that at rapidexecutive.com/day1. Nice easy one to follow, but those are the 9 elements of a bootstrapped business. Straight from Dan Norris's book. I'm sure he won't mind me putting them up there. As I said, go and grab his book. It's really, really good. So number 1 is does the business have enjoyable daily tasks? Or does it have a product founder fit? So what that is really is going back to your why. Is it something that you enjoy and you're good at? Does it fit you as a person as well? Is it scalable? Take this out. Can you take yourself out of the business to be there? And that kind of and really hammered home the fact that we were putting an asset. So back to my why and my usual conversation, which is I'm up till midnight nearly on our busy days, on our successful days. I end up sitting up until midnight packing orders for my lovely customers. I was really shocked to really think back that that's actually an asset that I'm building. So the next one is a large market potential. Does it scale outside of where you are? So if you are North Beach locksmiths, not exactly something you could scale outside of North Beach. as an example. It doesn't tap into pain and pleasure differentiators. I'll skip through these. A unique lead generation advantage and ability to launch fast. Number 9 obviously is the big one for the 7-day startup. So what are the 4 common business archetypes? So these basically are the business types, business models that you would fit under. Most businesses fit under one of these. So I've broken them all down. We'll just race through these again. So the teacher covers things like coaches, thought leaders, and mediapreneurs. Covers all things like affiliate marketing, online courses, speaking, podcasts, all that sort of stuff as well. Build your own dreams, or someone will hire you to build theirs. That takes us to the freelancer. So moonlighting, that means consulting using your existing skill. Or the gig economy, so swapping your time swap, resource swap services, and things like Fiverr and Elance, where you can jump on and sell your services and your time and stuff as well. One little note on this, when I say moonlighting, if you've still got a 9 to 5, you need to be ethical. So either be upfront with your boss that you're doing something on the side, or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, I know some bosses wouldn't feel comfortable with you doing that, which is actually a failing on their behalf, as far as I'm concerned. Just remember that lunch is your time. Next one is the maker, the builder, the doer. So this covers everything from web designers to physical designers, software designers, if you're building apps and things like that, if you're an artist, painter, musician, all those sorts of things. You are a maker. The third one, retailer, last one, retailer. And that's what my most of my businesses are at the moment. So e-commerce, physical premise, and Amazon, things like Amazon, eBay, and things like that as well. So as I said, my first 7-day startup was buttercoffee.com.au, and that's an e-commerce store where I'm selling physical products. So I'm not drop shipping with that one. I'm actually selling the physical products. If you want to find out more about Amazon and FBA, which is one of the other meetup groups that I have, I also got a link there for to get you sort of razzed up about what the benefits are and what the buzz is around this Amazon FBA thing as well. So which one do you choose? So I've made it all simplified, worked those all down, and I've actually found you guys a real world example that you can go and read on there. Those are all clickable links and they're case studies to give you an idea if you're still struggling with your idea. All right, so guys, tell me what's exciting you right now. Make sure you jump in the chat box and let me know what you guys are up to so we can talk about your ideas as well. We'll save most of those to Q&A at the end, but let me know in the chat what you guys are up to with your business at the moment, because you need to talk about it, and that is because 10 people are already working on it. If you don't believe me, I want you guys to head over to producthunt.com and type in some keywords around what you're thinking about. If you've got a great idea for an app that will solve the world's problems, I guarantee 10 of them already exist. Now, that's not to discourage you from having great ideas, but execution is way more powerful than coming up with my idea is the best thing ever. And the next best thing is to validate. And the best way to validate is to actually get a sale. So if you can get people to pull out their wallets and pay for something, that's the best validation you can get. If you want a super fast way to do this, with a built-in pre-sale ability, if you don't have a website, you don't have anything, you literally need some sort of image and some words. That's all you need at gumroad.com. It's free. If you make a sale, I think they take 5%. That's it. Beautiful landing pages, all that sort of stuff. It's all done for you. Basically, you need to tell them your PayPal address and put in a title, some words, and an image, and your product can be for sale or for pre-sale. You can say, I'll launch it in 12 weeks or 12 months. And basically, if people start buying it, then you might want to go ahead and start building it. It's a good way of validating something. So a couple other case studies on rapid validation. If you guys are just getting started, go check out my link from Brian on Video Fruit. check out his vacuum formula. It's a blog post. It's super simple. It'll take you about 5 minutes to read, about 10 minutes to actually do. And it is a great way to kick off anything in the teacher space, to write a blog post, to get people to your blog, to get people to your e-commerce store. It's super simple. Another one on how a guy bought his house after selling his services for a year on Fiverr. He still had a full-time job as well. And he just used the money from Fiverr to buy his house, which was amazing. And there's a quick walkthrough on FBA tonight. So I'm really going to race through this, guys. I've been through this already. This is just a bit of a recap. If you guys are interested in Amazon and FBA, there's actually another meetup group called I think it's the Amazon FBA Perth, something like that, which we run. We're actually running our first session in a while tomorrow night at the same place that we have our 7-day startup one as well. All right, I'm just going to quickly skip through these. Guys, you can grab this. We went through this all on last week's session. We broke down a business. So there's a bunch of tools that you can break down existing businesses to see how they hung together and how easy it is to put them back together yourself and get started. And just the numbers on some of the simple products. When using tools like Jungle Scout, you can find simple businesses that have sort of popped up out of nowhere making 150, 200K a month in sales, which is crazy. All right, so let's get into tonight's session. I've talked like crazy for the last 40 minutes already, but this is the good stuff, guys. So this FBA webinar tomorrow night. No, it's actually in person tomorrow night. Gavin says, my idea has no hits in product hunt. Yay, that's awesome. It must be something either really off the beaten track or you might be onto something. So that's pretty cool. Shane's looking forward to coming down to the FBA meetup. Still working on the usual stuff. Paul says, I lost you and I'm back. All right, so hopefully you guys are back. You might need to hit refresh if it's not working for you. Right, the first myth tonight is building a website is hard. So I hear this a lot. I know a lot of people who have struggled with building their website, who held them back, who think that building websites the panacea to all things business. Having a good one, yes. Having a good sales funnel is far more important than just the website. So what does your website do? Is it just a glorified business card? Then it's not doing yourself justice. We'll come to the FBA meetup stuff a little bit later on. I can jump into that a bit later. And I wonder if any of you guys have been quoted for a website before. A friend of mine had his cousin was a lawyer, and she got a landing page created. Literally there was 30 words on the page and a background gradient. So it kind of went from yellow at the top to grey down the bottom here, and it had a title and the 30 words. She paid $3,500 and it took 6 months. I'm hoping that's an outlier, but that he said that she was happy with that. So yes, websites can cost a fortune, and that can definitely hold people back. So can you build not only a website, but a full functioning sales funnel in one day? Yes, you can. So now is about the time when my blue button was supposed to pop up down the bottom, guys, to show you what I built on the weekend. So over 2 half nights, my 48-hour challenge, after I put the kids to bed on Saturday and Sunday night, I think it wasn't a long weekend over here, but it kind of felt like it. While everyone was recovering from football fever, I decided to build something. So I went and put all of the stuff that I've been helping my coaching clients with all in one easy to navigate website called rapidstartup.io. And it is where I can help build your sales funnels. I can show you free sales funnels that you can build yourself. You can click a few buttons and get it all for free. So rapidstartup.io, I built in one day. So what is it? What's the funnel? So that's the landing page. So obviously I'm trying to get you to throw away your old website with an email pop-up. So you're on my email list, and I'll give you 4 funnels, whether you want to run webinars, whether you want to sell a book, whether you're trying to sell coaching services, or you want to run events. There's a whole bunch more, but I think those are the 4 top ones. They're definitely the ones that are working for me. Those are the ones that people are asking for. And that is the sales funnel that I built in one day. What do you think? It looks pretty cool, huh? And this is what it looks like inside of the tool that I use to build it in one day. This is ClickFunnels. So you'll see that there is a landing page. There is a funnel sales page, which is that page that we just had up on there. There is the done for you funnel. So when you click over from here to have it done for you, you can buy. There's an order confirmation and a contact us page, which is up there as well. So this is what ClickFunnels looks like. It is the coolest, most integrated and powerful tool that I've used by far. It will tell you everything that's happening in your funnel. It'll tell you how your traffic is traveling. Now this was the stats from the weekend, which was pretty crazy, seeing as I was in the middle of building it and I was getting traffic. It is an existing site, but I don't have any traffic to it. I wasn't pushing anyone there. It's just people were happening across it. But I built the whole website out, and then I've integrated it with my actual website. So it's sitting on my WordPress domain, so I'm able to get all of my Google juice for that. But I build it all in ClickFunnels, and you tell it where your website is, and it takes care of the rest. It also tracks your visitors, and on conversion pages, which I probably should have put you a screenshot up for that, it'll tell you how much of your page is converting and what the conversion percentage is as well. And one of its most powerful features that I love using, which is on my homepage, again, I should probably put that up there as the screenshot, you can create variations, or what's called in the industry split tests, on any page, and any number of split tests on any page. So I've got this page, I can click create variation, it will copy that page, word for word, image for image, straight over here. It takes a few seconds, and then you can edit that. And then it'll run traffic automatically across the different variations, and it'll tell you how each of the variations are converting. So 5 visitors here, it'll have conversion rates, and then this one will say 6 or 7 visitors there and the conversion rates. And you can work out which one of those is working better for your traffic. Really cool stuff, very, very powerful stuff, and normally will cost hundreds to thousands of dollars. That's all included in ClickFunnels. Can you build a sales funnel in 30 minutes? So every Friday in the US, which is Saturday over here for us Aussies, I watch an episode of Funnel Fridays. They go for about 45 minutes. It's usually in the mornings after, actually while my son's off playing sports. I take him to sports, but he's off in a room that I can't see. So I sit and watch an episode of Funnel Fridays, which is Russell Brunson and Jim Edwards, and they usually have a guest. You can go and find them at funnelfridays.com. If you're into marketing, if you're into funnels, if you're into sales, you definitely should be. If you're trying to sell anything, you should go and watch an episode of this. It will blow your mind. These guys build out an entire sales funnel. They do a web page, they do landing pages, they do emails, follow-ups, all that sort of stuff. They even, in 30 minutes, they did a whole video sales letter. So Russell recorded himself on his phone and uploaded the video to the page, a whole script and everything. It was awesome. On the money. So they build websites, whole sales funnels that work in 30 minutes or less. Really cool stuff. All right, the next myth. Many a small thing has been made large by the right kind of advertising. That gets us to copywriting. Writing headlines and copy that converts takes weeks or months, or costs big dollars. So I have been searching and searching for good copywriting content. I've come across a few good services recently. I need things like my Amazon listing content to be written. I don't want to have to do that myself. I have done the last couple, so I'm looking to automate or outsource those functions within the business. And I've been quoted anywhere from $150 for a listing through to $1,500 for a listing. I know how long that should take, especially if these services are built around doing this. So in the money. So if you're looking for a lucrative business model, maybe consider copywriting. So how do I write headlines and sales copy? Right, so what I found recently was my very own copywriter without the crazy high dollars, fees, or lead times. So what you do is step one, you fill out some questions. Who's your target market? What's your number one keyword? What's the number one big result your customer wants, or number two biggest customer want? The time frame they expect this in, the action they can take, the pain they want to avoid, the problems they want to solve, and the roadblocks they see as holding them back. These are excellent questions to ask your target market. These are excellent questions to ask yourself if you understand about your target market. These are powerful things. This is what a copywriter would do. All the good copywriters talk about these questions, and this is how to survey your market as well. If you are looking for your market, they might be in Facebook groups, they might be online in forums. These are the kinds of things you want to know about your target market. So step two, once you have your very own copywriter, you would select the best results that they would provide you. For example, how to get all of your sales letters, scripts, and webinars, slides written in under 10 minutes without hiring an expensive copywriter. And this works even if you hate writing and never want to know anything about copywriting. Now that is some pretty cool copy. And where did I get that from? Funnel scripts. So the guys over at ClickFunnels put together funnel scripts. So it's basically a copywriter in a box. It is amazing. It spits out is so good. It does everything from sales pages to webinar scripts to sales funnel. Your pages, your sales pages. It is so cool. There is basically a tool. You type in all of the answers to all of those questions, and within seconds it spits out hundreds and hundreds of responses. So some of them might sound a bit like late night infomercials, but they have been tested and they all work. So you just find one that suits your basically something that sits well with you. I don't usually go for the late night infomercial stuff. I go for something that sounds like a human talking to a human, but they're all included in there, so it's very, very cool. If you want to check it out, guys, you want to go and have a quick look, check out the Funnel Scripts Explainer video that's on this webinar. This is actually it kind of looks live because it's got a countdown timer, but it's actually a recorded webinar. Click the link and go and check it out. It's very cool. It will blow your mind. Even if you don't want to use the tool, basically you can work it out yourself as well, just from what they tell you on the webinar. So it's a masterclass in copywriting. It will blow your mind. And the last one, the last myth for business tonight is marketing is expensive. Social media is confusing, takes too much time, and measuring, tracking, ROI, and follow-up are a pain in the butt. So, what about traffic? So a few weeks back, I did a $50 experiment. I showed you guys all of the ins and outs of driving traffic. So in 1 week, my goal was 2,500 people, 250 clicks, and 25 signups. And I had a budget of $50. And that was a basic funnel using Facebook ads. So 2,500 views is the top of the funnel. That's our cold traffic from before. Our qualified leads are people going to a split tested ClickFunnels page. where they email sign up, and then I wanted 5 affiliate sales out of that. Total budget of $50, and this was the first step, was to automate the customer acquisition using Facebook. So we see the stats on Facebook there. Started off really well, it kind of dipped off towards the end. We used up most of the budget. We only ended up with 15 conversions. Now, what actually happened here was Facebook started to work out what it was doing after 4 days, and I'd only set it to run for 5. So it turned itself off when it had sorted itself out. You see that the cost per click had gone down towards the end as it sorted itself out as well. So I very quickly turned that back on because it was working. But I turned it off for the purpose of the experiment, because you'll see the next day I had 208 visitors and 46 contacts. So I had a 22% conversion rate on this, just from those Facebook ads. So that is the, there you go, I do have a screenshot for you. That's ClickFunnels with the ClickFunnel that I put a video and a thank you page. I had 208 visitors. It tells me the amount of people I had in my contacts list. So these are people on my email list, and the conversion rate there. Very cool stuff. It would take several tools to be able to do this yourself without ClickFunnels. I then automated the customer acquisition database side of things as well using a tool called Trello. So ClickFunnels can integrate with a whole bunch of tools. One of those I use is Trello. So it's giving me my leads here. I would come into here and find the people who had signed up. I'll get them their account created and then put them over as customers. And as they bought things or sold, became an advocate, basically a seller like me, but under me. And I would move into the different columns. And I did that using automation. Now, ClickFunnels, when I did this a few weeks ago, I had to actually physically go into Zapier and do this integration to make it all automated, so that it would happen while I was asleep. Since then, ClickFunnels has actually integrated the integration. It's a very strange way of putting it. They've actually put all this cool techie stuff in their back end. So you basically say, I want to send information to somewhere else, and it says, cool, we've sorted all that out for you. It's done. Tell us your username and password and we'll sort it out for you. So it's extremely cool. So this took me about 10 minutes, and now it takes no time at all because they put it all inside the tool. So if you guys are interested in making a sale in 24 hours, the fastest way to sales online is with affiliates. Affiliate marketing is definitely a hot market, but it's also a hotly contested market. So using the power of ClickFunnels, I grabbed an awesome product. This happens to be a free book, an excellent free book. And the way they're doing that is free plus shipping offer on ClickFunnels. You can go and check out how that whole funnel works at Biohackers Guide. So buttercoffee.com/biohackers guide. You can check out how the funnel is actually working. It's an amazing site to build on ClickFunnels. It's actually done by the guys at ClickFunnels using Anthony's book. They're all friends with the guy. But I set up my affiliate sales to show you guys how it works. I knew the product was going to do well, and I put it on my website. And on the first day, you'll see that I made $156 in affiliate sales in the first day. So this is what ClickFunnels Affiliate Center looks like. Super easy, already built in. It's amazing. I put out a link and everything else took care of itself. So it's very cool. I also recently did a sales funnel for a giveaway. So I had a busy month last month. This was me smashing out exactly what I needed to achieve one Tuesday morning for the event that I was heading off to the next day. So I was building out, I had a physical flyer that was sending people to a landing page. I had a giveaway happening at the same time. I was going to funnel both of those people from that giveaway and from the landing page for the event through an email, what's called a nurture email series of automated emails, and then anyone that was left on those nurture emails I would put onto my email list for my e-commerce store. So let's have a quick look at how that funnel was set up, and I'll show you exactly how well or not it went. So it was the second birthday of the e-commerce store. We had a live event, so we were giving away stuff. If you guys are selling any physical products, or you just want to drive traffic insanely cheaply, do a giveaway. You might, if you're doing something with information marketing, anything like that, just give away some books. Books are a great giveaway tool. If you have an e-commerce store, then give away some. All I was doing was give away sample packs that we had. So you can do that really, really simply with a tool called King Sumo Giveaways. Basically, all of this, all I did was add the images in and the title, and everything else takes care of itself. It sorts out the virality. It gives people bonus entries for sharing their links and all that sort of stuff, all built in. Super, super simple. You just basically set up the images and the copy, and it takes care of itself. So King Sumo Giveaways, it's a paid tool. I'm not an affiliate for it or anything like that. It's just awesome. That's what I've used. So my number one goal for this funnel was 500 additional emails, because what gets measured. And we started by sending out an email to our list, which isn't a great way to do a giveaway if you want to get new emails, to send it out to your already existing email list, but the intention was that they would share it with their friends and I'd get their friends as well. So 2 hours in, we had 19 signups. So I'm just going to skip over to where do I get my content ideas. So what we were doing was putting content into a automated content marketing tool. So back to social media is hard. It's not. You can use a tool called Buffer. Add your Twitter profiles, your Facebook pages, Instagram profiles, a bunch there that I can't show you, but I've got about 10 accounts all linked in, and then I can put in a whole bunch of different things. I can schedule up to 200 posts to go out at any schedule I like. I can update the schedule. It gives me analytics of how things are performing. I can reschedule things that have done well, all that sort of stuff. So the promos and events and all this social media to happen while I was flying over east to the event, and while I was at the event, because there's no way I could be doing social media while I was at the event, but I wanted the buzz to be happening, and people to think that there was a team behind us, or sort of running the social marketing in the background. So we're doing that with a tool. So where did I get the content ideas from? There's a really cool tool called buzzsumo.com. You can type in your keywords at the top here, and it will give you the most shared social content for those keywords. Basically, that's stuff you can just grab from there and chuck into your Buffer profile as content that's already working. So you can see how well things have been shared. Share those yourself, and you're basically funnel hacking someone else's traffic. So the numbers, we're up to day 7. We ended up with 77. That was, I think, the day before or 2 days before the event. So it wasn't a bad start to get our 500. Obviously, we were aiming to come home strong with the event over the weekend. So this is a quick insight into the emails. So we, as I said, we're going to nurture our email guys. I have MailChimp set up, so these are all going to trigger, a day after they join, a day after the previous one, all these emails, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hopefully anyone that was left would jump off. All right, the giveaway funnel. So, as I said, we had a giveaway. We're hoping to get 500 people. Cold traffic for free stuff. We'll email nurture those qualified leads. We'll have a whole bunch of people obviously drop off, but I'll try and build the value, keep people interested. And then hopefully, on the back end of that, we end up with half of those people buy something. So 250 customers, new customers, startup, you don't learn until you launch. So what happened? The day the event started, I decided to pivot. So part of the event craziness, 5,000 people, total chaos. There was we were giving out samples of coffee, and that coffee required a coffee machine, additional coffee holder, so we could make the coffee fast and lots of it, filters, blenders, and of all things, lots and lots of butter we were putting in this coffee. Trust me on that one. So what could go wrong? Well, the coffee machine broke, the filters didn't turn up, the additional coffee bugs didn't turn up until day 2, and we went through 3 blenders, all in the first day. So, as I said, total chaos, but it was lots and lots of fun. So, no matter what was happening, we were having fun, so we were winning. What happened in the end was we sold out of everything. We actually had 800 people sign up on pieces of paper. So nothing to do with the giveaway itself. We just said, hey guys, you need to sign up on our email list for all this free coffee. And I decided to split the follow-up email. So we had 100% increase on our email list, which is amazing. And these were, instead of these freebie hunters, the guys that were after free stuff, these were rabid buyers. These were guys that were clamoring to get hold of that piece of paper, put their email down. So I've said it before, we'll say it again, the fortune's in the follow-up. So how do I get those 100 and something customers that were on the email list for giveaways to become actual customers? That's called bridging. So the first email sequence was we made a bit smaller. So instead of being 6 emails, we brought it down to 3. So welcome. We actually did the first email we did, we've announced the first 3 winners, and we split it and said the second email is going to have more winners to try and keep people through one email to actually get them used to having email from us, so they didn't unsubscribe straight away. And then the second email was the winners were announced, that all of the winners were announced, and tomorrow is something really cool, our favorite bit, which is how to get more sleep and how to have ice cream for breakfast. And we'll move people to the list. So the giveaway email results were, as I said before, email's still the best platform for getting customers. We had almost 60% open rate on the giveaway email. With an industry average of 13.4, we were very happy with that. And that was the second email as well. So very happy. So 180 something emails were going out. That's 375 cents. That means it's been sent twice. So it's the second email. So what happens with our direct target event fans? These are the 800 people that signed up at the event. So this nurture sequence, we welcomed them, we gave them a whole bunch of value, and we tied it actually back to the event. So the event itself had some very specific items about the products that we were selling. So we tied that in. So we had to have the event people mixed in with the giveaway people, and this is the reason I pivoted. I wasn't going to be able to do that. I wasn't going to be able to create the connection with the guys on the emails. So that's why I changed that sequence. So you'll see that my open rate on these were new people. There was nothing to do with the giveaway. There was nothing driving these guys to open the email, apart from the fact that I'd said, hey, remember me? You asked me to email you some stuff, and here it is. So this was the first email that we sent out. So 851 on that was what we ended up with, a 45% open rate. Now, one thing I stuffed up was I didn't put an image that you can click in here, so I couldn't actually track the click rate. So the click rate should be a lot higher than that. I don't even know where that click rate comes from, because there's nothing to actually click in the email itself. But anyway, that's learned. Right. I did discuss a little bit about what I'm going to be launching, but I wanted to tell you a little bit more about what else is going on as well. So, if you guys can't wait 2 months to get through all of what we talked about tonight, we will go through, the next session is next Tuesday. We're talking about rapid validation and minimum viable products, what you can do in one day to get your product into someone's hands, or to at least go and ask your customers if this is what they want before you go right ahead and build it. That will be next Tuesday, and next Wednesday we actually have our in-person as well. We're doing a nighttime session next Wednesday night in Malaga, so we'll be up in north again. We're going to find a venue south, and I've found a venue in the city as well to do the meetup after the next one. So next Tuesday is day 2. Next Wednesday we'll repeat that in person, and also do a bit of a mastermind with the guys that turn up in person. But if you can't wait 2 months to launch your business, you can go back to the start at rapidexecutive.com/launch and grab the full course. I put the full course together there as well. So quick recap from tonight's session. Ideation we talked about, which was day 1. 3 business myths. The building website is not hard. Writing copy does not take weeks. Marketing and traffic can cost you pennies. And guys, you just need to take action. Now, it is a great day to start something big. As I said, if you don't want to wait 2 months, you can go back and see the full course as well. To share with you guys was the number 1 biggest impact on my business from this last year. So I mentioned Brian Harris was my mentor when I really got into the e-commerce store and saw how much potential it had after I had some customers and had some momentum, had some reach out from some other business partners. So I was talking to Brian Harris of Video Fruit. This guy is a machine when it comes to internet marketing, when it comes to building a list. He actually has a course called 10K subscribers, i.e. 10,000 subscribers, and it basically walks you through getting your first 10,000 email subscribers in I think it's 6 weeks. And what he says is basically every person on your list should be worth $1 to you every month. So if you've got 10,000 subscribers on your email list, I'm sure you can do the math on that. So this is actually one of our sessions a few months back. You can see Brian's in the zone, taking me through some ninja tactics and my look of, I think that's kind of despair and kind of concentration all at once. So definitely my biggest impact this year was coaching. Now, I know a few of you guys have already taken me up on some coaching myself. I actually have a few additional spots come available. So I don't usually offer these, definitely not on the webinars. And you can, if you search my site map on my website, you can find these, but I don't make these publicly available that often. But I do run accountability and business coaching. So all the stuff that you've seen tonight, I can do for you and your business. We do these in 60-minute monthly or more calls, tailored business goals and strategy. I take you through everything that I've been through, and we work out what would and wouldn't work for you. And then we give you tasks to follow up, and I can follow you up with accountability on that. You actually get reasonable email access to me as well to keep you in check and to also ask questions and ask tactics. I can help you with your funnels and your websites and your integrations and your problems and emails and all that sort of stuff as well. Help you with titles. I can help you find your market, find your traffic. And only my coaching clients actually have access to my personal email. My coaching classes start at $197 a month and go right through to, I actually have a couple of clients that pay up to $2,000 a day. That's where they get me focusing on their business, so no one else on that day or those couple of days. But they start at $197 a month. And tonight only, I actually have an offer for you. So you can pick an accountability package from me from $197. Depends how much you want to have. You'll see those there. But I'm also going to give you the 4 sales funnel templates that you can use, one or all of these for your business. If you're looking to grow your online presence, you want to do things like I'm doing here, like webinars, or you want to sell your book, best-selling book, if you want to get some coaching clients or some consulting, or maybe you just want to do some events, those funnels are all available. They have a $497 value, and I'm giving those away for free. I also have copies of the .com Secrets book, which is from Russell Brunson. Anyone that works with me, I will make sure that you have access to this book. It is amazing. It's totally changed my my outlooks on business, and the approach and strategies that I'm taking are definitely all from the book at the moment. It has a $19 value. I'll give you a copy of that. The perfect webinar system. Running webinars has totally changed my business and the businesses of a lot of my students and coaches, clients as well. It's just amazing. Webinars are easy to run. They're easy to stand up. The tools are super simple to use, and the rates of sign-ups and value that you can bring to people from a webinar is amazing. So there is a perfect webinar script that Russell has used. It's amazing. It has I think it's $29. Works out about that plus with the shipping in Australian dollars, about $30. So I will give you a copy of that as well. So $742. But tonight, if you jump on a call with me, the first month you'll get for $97. So how do you do that? Jump on a free call with me and we'll chat about whether this would work for you. You can jump on that by clicking the big red button next to the video tonight. I have a few spots available, so if you are interested in me helping you with your business, jump on one of those free 15-minute calls tonight and you'll see the offer for the, it's basically 50% off for the first month. And that is tonight's session. So I'll come back to you guys. How was that? We went way over tonight. I knew we'd go over tonight. So much to cover. All right. We still got Gavin, Shane, Paul. Where's the meetup tomorrow night? So tomorrow night is the Amazon FBA. I actually recently took over the moderation, I think it's called, of the Perth meetup group for Amazon FBA. Couldn't be a better time. Have you guys seen the news? Amazon are launching in Australia, so it is time. It's time to be in an Amazon business. I'm very excited. We've already tested out all our products. We've tested out the service, the logistics, all that sort of stuff. So we've got our suppliers lined up. I've got a whole product line in the wind. I can't wait. It's so awesome. So if you don't know what that is, basically, thank you, Francis. Yes, cool with you. Thank you very much. Jump in, guys. I do have a few slots, so if you are interested in having a chat, just, even if you want to chat for 15 minutes, jump on a free coaching call and we can chat there. And if you are interested in working with me, take the offer tonight. It's half price. Yeah, tomorrow night's the webinar will, the meetup will be in Malaga again. So at Faz's warehouse in Malaga, Dash it's called. It's on the go to it's the best place to go by. If you go to meetup and just type in Amazon FBA, it'll find this info. Luke says very interesting. I hope to be at them tomorrow. Yes, I'm super excited about Amazon. As I said, my number one business goal this year was to launch my Amazon brand. I've done that, and it's ticking away. I'll show you that right now. Take too long. Sorry. I was going to show you my Amazon app to show you all the sales that are rolling in. It's coming in. We're in third quarter as well. Shane, hopefully your product is up. How is your Q4 sales revving up for now? I'm about to action my new inventory as well to cope with the Q4 uptick. So basically, it's coming into what's it called in the US. So they have a Halloween, then they have Black Friday and Cyber Monday and Thanksgiving and all that sort of stuff coming into that season, and it's just crazy time. So I missed last year's. I got my brand up and running in February. I sat on my hands for 4 months, which is crazy. It was just leaving so much money on the table. So I have mine in there this time. We're about to get our Q4 stock in as well. So super excited to get that going. And now to hear all the news of Amazon launching here, getting warehouses up, it's going to completely disrupt the logistics industry in Australia. It's going to completely disrupt the online retail, in-person retail, so physical retail. So watch out JB Hi-Fi, Harvey Norman's, hopefully watch out Woolworths, Coles. Amazon is coming. Very, very exciting. What we've needed for a long time. The meetup tomorrow night is at 6 o'clock. So we've been moving our times around, guys, with all of the meetups. So we tried some daytime ones. We've done some north, some south. So we're really trying to get the in-persons to be small masterminds, so that everyone gets a chance to chat, everyone gets to talk to each other, and sort of have some time to be heard. So everyone gets their sort of 5 minutes, and then we sort of cross-pollinate with everyone and have a bit of a chat as well. So we've done some north, so we've done a city. We're going to find a venue in the south. If you are in the south and you know of a venue, please let me know. I'm really struggling with that. I very rarely get south, so it's very difficult for me to find one. But the north venue, we have two north venues. We've got a south venue, the Bub Hub in the city, which is a what's it called, a co-working space that actually has a creche for kids. So that's pretty cool. They've offered us the venue for 1 or 2 sessions, I think, for this meetup. So that would be nice to do one in the city. And we're going to do it at 6 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock to make it a bit easier for you guys if you are working a 9 to 5 in the city to get along. Not that was really an issue before, because we were hanging around for hours afterwards anyway. All right, I hope you guys go and check out that funnel that I created over the weekend. I hope it inspires you to get your business off the ground. If you are procrastinating at all on any of this sort of stuff, guys, you have no excuses. You see what I can do in a couple of hours. There's nothing stopping you from getting your business up and running as well. Shane says cheers, thanks again. Great to see you, Shane. Tell me how your Amazon business is going. Otherwise, I'll probably see you tomorrow night at the meetup. My dog just pulled something off one of the benches. Right, guys, any questions about tonight's session? Any questions about the coaching offer that's available? Any questions about how it all works? We have a few clients at the moment that we're working through. Just saw Christian come in there before. Nice to see you, Christian. Stalled a bit. Why is that? Wouldn't have anything to do with Amazon banning the use of what do they call it? Incentivized reviews. That's throwing a major spanner in the works at the moment. I'm waiting, as I said in the chat group, in the Facebook group, guys. If you want to join the Facebook group and join the chat, there's a button down the bottom. You can jump on the Facebook group. It's a closed group, so I'm trying to keep all of the bots, spam, salesy kind of stuff out of it, and just have it closed off. So if you jump on that group, I'll approve you myself. As I put in the group the other day, I'm waiting for Kevin Reiser of the private label show, private label podcast, I think it's called, to do his special on that, because he's actually got a few people who work at Amazon, so he can tell us reviews is hurting me. My competitors have jumped ahead in reviews. Okay. How are their sales looking? What is Jungle Scout saying on their sales? Are they doing promotions? Have you jumped on Camel to check if they're doing promotions at the moment as well? Did you see what their price is doing, whether they've dipped on their price? Keep going there, guys. I'm just going to make sure my dog's not destroying the house. Oh, he's all good. He's all good. He's a good dog. He's a good dog. Yeah, hopefully hopefully we don't get too hammered at the moment by some of these changes. It's a good thing. It's a good thing for the marketplace. It's good for the customers. It's good for us. It's pretty much been the Wild West for the last couple of years. Go back 3 years ago, and in a time machine, I would go and create Amazon businesses like crazy. Those guys are making bank the last couple of years. But I think this would definitely weed out a lot of the crap that's on Amazon. I think it's definitely going to help. Only got 10 reviews so far. That's okay. 10 reviews is fine. Still new to all this, trying to learn as fast as I can. Yes, I can. Hey, no problem, Luke. It's all there. Basically, everything I've done tonight has just distilled everything I've been doing for the last 2 years. So I was where you were 2 years ago. I had no idea. I read the 7-Day Startup and went, I gotta do this. I can do this. I have to do this. I must do this. So I did. So this is fast forward 2 years, and this is the knowledge that I can pass on to you guys. I now have experience as well as knowledge, so I've done it. I've done it wrong. I've done it right, and I'm now doing it hopefully more right than I'm doing it wrong. It's partway through another campaign when I stopped it today. Review campaign. Be dragging the Luke along with me tomorrow. Yeah, nice. Good. Yeah, great. Luke, are you looking to only do an Amazon business? Have you got other things on the go as well, or is that your main focus? To be honest, guys, if you were looking at Amazon as your first foray into a side gig, literally just got that little bit harder. It's already uber competitive these days compared to even 12 months ago when I started. But the Amazon's constantly changing and evolving, and the latest thing that they've done has definitely hurt the ability to get in and get started fast. Doesn't mean I would change anything I'm doing. It's just there's some of the luck that was built into getting something off the ground and sales, and a bit of sale velocity has kind of been taken out. So yeah, I'm interested to see how the next couple of months go, especially for as a whole bunch of new people come in. I'd be interested to chat to the other sellers. So we've got a whole bunch of actually high-end sellers. So there are a couple of guys that are turning up tomorrow night to the event. Saying webinar, that's your fault, Kevin. Confusing me. There's a couple of guys coming to tomorrow's FBA meetup tomorrow night who are full-time sellers on Amazon. That's their big gig. A couple that started on eBay moved over to Amazon. A couple that just started on Amazon and were able to leave their job. So they started as a side gig and now they can do it full-time. So I'm very interested to hear their take on it as well. Working on KDP at the moment that's Kindle Direct Publishing at the moment as a starter. Then we'll move into Amazon with ideas on how it will take off. Cool. So you have a book already, or you're just sort of scoping out that market? What are you up to? Can you tell us anything about it? Kindle's one of those things. So when people talk about their Amazon businesses, usually people hide products that they're selling, so you just don't steal them, which is rife. It's definitely rife. But Kindle books are a bit different. So there's another guy who is on the sessions call who has books. One of the books he's pushing at the moment is a book on genealogy. So sharing information out around books and books that you're writing and reading is definitely a done thing. Physical products, kind of the opposite. So get it out there, happy to help. I've launched a couple of books myself. As we saw on day 7, we go through launch strategies, and with books, there's so many cool things you can do that aren't difficult. And some of the impacting physical products components that Amazon are changing haven't yet been rolled out to the book. So books getting written soon. I've only just launched my own book. Cool. Good stuff. Have you done any campaigns? Have you done your Kindle Select free campaign and that sort of thing. So I recently ran one of those. I'll let you get your typing on while I tell you a little story. I ran one. I tried a bunch of tactics from. I talked about this in a couple of episodes ago. There's a guy called Nick Loper, Loper. He has I think it's called the sidehustlenation.com, sidehustlenation.com. Pretty sure that is. It's a green website. It's a green podcast. Really, really, really good podcast. He did a 20,000 download book launch for Kindle. He had some influences in his book that he'd written about. So basically, he did a top 10 things that these famous people did and how they did it. And he reached out to them. So he had a bit of influencer marketing going on, which is where he was able to really launch out, which I didn't have. So I did everything else he did and still managed to get hundreds of downloads in my first day. So it's very cool. Okay, mate, did you need to learn a bit more about how to do it properly? Okay, definitely go and check out Side Hustle Nation. If you type Side Hustle Nation, all one word, into Google and then type 20,000 afterwards, you should get the article, and it's amazing. Go and listen to the podcast because he kind of has this stream of consciousness of how it all works because he's just done it. It sounds like he hasn't had any sleep. He just kind of goes, no, I did this, and I did this, and this didn't work, and that didn't work, and this worked, and this was amazing, and this worked. And it goes on for a little while, but you can kind of get into his head really easily because it's literally just verbal diarrhea. But it's amazing, all the things he does and how he does it and the way he thinks about, oh, this is how Kindle works. It totally, like a light bulb went off for me. So, right, guys, I need to jump off. I've delayed my team meeting a bit much for my guys tonight. So I did want to stick around and make sure you guys were all happy with this evening's proceedings. I know there was a lot to get through, guys. This was a bonus. I really wanted to show you the power of sales funnels and the power of the tools that I'm using at the moment. Definitely go and check that out. It is definitely worth your while. And as I said, I do have a couple of slots for my coaching. If you want to grab one of those, hit the big red button and you can take out 15 minutes of yours and my time. And if you want to take me up on those coaching offers, they're only available until midnight and then the price goes back up. Cool. Luke says, check it out. That's a good idea, man. It's really good. Thank you very much. Hey, Francis. Hope things are going well with your businesses. I hope you're focusing on one, not the two. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow night if you're interested in Amazon. I'll see you tomorrow night. Otherwise, next Wednesday night, I will see you in person. Otherwise, I'll see you same time, same channel, next Tuesday. Right, guys, I'll stick around in the chat for a little bit longer. Replay viewers, thanks very much for coming along, and check us out. Everything from tonight's session, rapidexecutive.com/live. Right, see you next week, guys.